I'd like to greet everybody with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you, even though I'm not coming in peace. Today happened to be Monday, February the 10th, 2020. The time being 4:50 p.m. You know, I'm trying to prepare to leave Charleston, Missouri. It's a lot of good people in Charleston, Missouri, but then you got a lot of ignorant blacks in this town. You see, last night, me and my daughters had a little episode with an ignorant, coward Negro rode past talking about we better move out the way that he gon' before we get hit or ran over. But he had enough sense to keep on going. My daughters and them about 20 or 30 minutes ago asked me, can they walk to the store and then take something to the post office? I told them to go ahead. And when they getting ready to pass the hut right across from the funeral home on the same street I live on, here it is, an individual that we done fed. Here it is, an individual over 20 years ago when I came down here when nobody else wouldn't do nothing for him, got him a job working with us, gave him baths in my house, recently gave him clothes, gave him food, gave him money. But then my daughters and them walking past, they 13 and 14 years old. If somebody say something to them and they don't want to speak, they don't have to speak to them. You see what I'm saying? But then when they walk past, here's this same guy, Tommy Jones. Tommy Jones, as they walked past, he tried to say something to him, and they didn't want to say nothing to him, so they kept walking. Then he hollered and told them, tell you where your daddy at. They don't owe you no explanation, Tommy Jones, where I'm at. You know where I live, 613 Vine in Charleston, Missouri, if you wanted to know where I was at. Right down the street from where you was at. But then he tell them, tell your daddy he got me kicked out. Number one, I can't get you kicked out of no place because you don't rent from me. The individual that you've been trying to get me against and to get him against, me and him talked. And apparently you must have seen that YouTube video because you tell him one thing about me and then you tell me one thing about him. But I made a YouTube video indirectly apologizing to him even though I didn't use his name. We done recently gave you clothes, like I said, money, shoes, and taking up for you, man. But let me tell y'all in Charleston, Missouri, and if the shoe fit, wear it. If it don't, I ain't talking to you. But y'all better leave my kids alone because I will take your life. I don't care if it's on a social internet or not. When you mess with my two daughters or my 92-year-old daddy, I will take your life. Now, Tommy, I came up there, and what saved you, my daughters and them had the key to my Crown Vic. I couldn't get my Suburban out. You might have been going across the street, man. I don't care who you related to, but you don't say nothing to my daughters. I don't care how tough y'all think y'all is in Charleston, Missouri, but when you talk about tough, I'll show you tough, because the first time one of you Negroes shoot at me, the first time one of you Negroes say something to me, I'm going to try to wipe your whole family out. I'm sick of y'all punk behinds in Charleston, Missouri. If the shoe fit, wear it. Y'all better leave my kids alone, man. I'm trying to moan my 36-year-old niece's death, but y'all better leave my daughters alone, man. If you're man enough, you approach me. I came up there, Tommy, and told you, you a punk, you a faggot, you a rapist. You need to try to find an address. You see what I'm saying? You see, they ain't gonna talk about you being on the sexual offender list. You know why? Because you a part of that circle of 700 Elm Street. These Negroes that call themselves leaders. See, they pushing y'all to keep messing with me and my daughters, but see, y'all gonna be the one in the cemetery They ain't gonna be in there. All they gonna say, well, I told you he was violent. You doggone right I get violent when it come to my 2 daughters. You punk Negroes in this town, and you know who I'm talking about. Because it ain't everybody. It's just a select few. You better leave my children alone, man, because what's different than me, y'all shoot and miss and hit the wrong target. I ain't gonna miss the target. You go in your house, I'm gonna kick in your door. I don't care who's standing in it. Leave my kids alone, you punk Negroes.